We have a town plan. Howard just referred to the beginning of town as Old Stage Road. Ladies and gentlemen, our town plan starts at the Gualala Bridge and ends just past Bill Hayes' bedrock property. And when you start taking a look at the underground, you start chopping it up into 3 separate sections. And then we have the downtown streetscape plan, where we're coming in through part of the town and chopping it up and doing it. And the whole point on the, God bless you, the whole point on the undergrounding was to try to get the entire town done in one fell swoop that followed the town plan. And I pointed out that Keith, because he continually pounds on this is in the town plan, and now I'm pounding on it. You know, the town plan boundaries are set. Why aren't we applying undergrounding from one end of town to the other? And Howard was good enough to put the whole thing together, and we're getting nothing but resistance from the utility companies. But we have a town plan. I don't believe that the undergrounding would be completed in any of our lifetimes if we break it up into 3 separate sections. Thank you.
This is Ms. Brand again. I just have a little technical thing. People keep referring to Hubert Street, and I'm not sure what they're referring to. Hubert Street extends from one part of Sedalia to another part, just behind Bakertown. It's only 1 block long. So I think that when you're referring to Hubert Street, you're referring to a part of Sedalia or to part of Ocean Drive. So I'd like you all to look at the maps about that.
I mean the intersection with the highway, just a little past Pacific Woods. I'm trying to draw a point.
Robinson.
What's that?
Robinson.
Robinson. Okay. You're right.
Shame on you.
I know.
Mr. Brower, I believe, is next.
I have a feeling this whole thing is going to happen in one swell swoop instead of the other way around. I've written a note to the CEO. I think you probably all have copies of that. The underground district, which Howard was so nice to expand into what we're going to call phases 2 and 3, and that you all voted 100% for, has been a real godsend for our community. I understand the needs to do this in phase, but I am concerned that if phase 2 and 3 become something out there down the road, that they actually don't get funding, something else gets funding, and they never get funded. Clearly, I think it's important if we're doing a streetscape, if we're doing underground, that we have a uniform, fully logical system put together from one end to the other. There's been some discussion of not undergrounding portions of our property, which we own some GPD, well, planned development property parcels, because the wires are in the trees. Well, there's 8 or 9 feet of wires, monstrous 1.5 and 2-inch cables hanging in the trees. So put a house behind that, they're not going to have fun watching the cables for the rest of their lives, because it's going to be on the developer's shoulders later. I think we have a golden opportunity. Everyone here seems to think that we're headed the right way. I don't want to see us lose it. I really feel strongly that in phase 1, that you ought to at least include the phase 3 segment, which is only about 600 more feet south. That gets all the wires short of Walla Redwood's future proposals underground in the south end of town. So that no longer do those, is there a little segment over China Gulch with, if you drive by here now, with the pole leaning out ready to fall over that Pac-Bell or AT&T has. Those things would be nice to have those go away. Clearly, what you folks are doing with here today are 2 items which bring Walla to the forefront as the real entrance to a beautiful Mendocino County. And if we can get all this together, and how much effort you all have put toward this, David also put toward getting there. This is a fabulous asset for us. I want to see this go forward. I want to see us all work together. You know, we need those utilities to come up and talk to us. I'm also a utility owner. I own a water company here in town, and I've participated in the mapping and know Rao Associates. I've dealt with Howard, and we shared copies, and I've gotten them passed around where the Community Services District has their stuff on the maps. Everything that I can do to make this thing flow, I want to see happen. So thank you very much, and please allow us to continue.
Thank you, Mr. Bauer. Howard, anything to wrap up with?
Not if there are no questions from the board.
Okay, any questions of the board at this point? Okay, and I'll show receipt of the status report on the undergrounding, and I too look forward to the completion of this project. Certainly not within my term, but within my lifetime. So that's something I'd like to see. So thank you very much. We will now move to the Air Quality Management District, and the board will reconvene at that and take up the Air Pollution Control Officer's report.
I'll be very brief.
You too.
I'll be everybody's stuff first. Good for lunch before you have a copy of the report, so you know our questions. I think we're doing very good. We have an awful lot of activity going on the planning front, besides the D32, with the new DAP and the county general plan, and Patrick having me on speed dial.